Welcome in. My name's Jeremy. This is the Jeremy Hambley channel. Maybe you saw it posted somewhere else and maybe check to see if you're subscribed to this one. This is where you get more of an uncensored version of me. And I need this channel more than ever now after Charlie Kirk's passing. And there is something I need to address, including some new information that I'm going to put in this video. I would have put it on my main, but honestly, both channels are just as important to me. So hopefully you'll leave a like and you'll subscribe to both of the channels. But there is this narrative that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a lone wolf. He was acting alone, all this kind of stuff. No, he wasn't. He was not acting alone. He was acting as a part of a radicalization network that is in our university system, that is in our online streaming system, like people like Hassan Piker, that is in festers in places like Reddit and is promoted in those places like Discord. The Antifa / radicalization things, it's undeniable. I'm making this video because I want to make it abundantly clear that the man that took Charlie Kirk's life was radicalized as a leftist, anti-fascist, Antifa member, and you cannot deny that. Anybody who tries to tell you that, show them this video. He had inscribed Antifa messages and symbology on his weapons, on his ammunition. He argued with his family at dinner days before this event that Charlie Kirk was a fascist and that he hated him. He confessed to the crime in a Discord where a lot of these conversations, radicalizations happen. He also bizarrely asked his roommate to go get the weapon. I'm not sure why the roommate didn't turn him in. Maybe he did. $100,000 plus you get to be a hero that turned this guy in. I would have picked up the phone immediately. There's a huge narrative that they're trying to spread that he was not a leftist. He was. And the scariest thing is that he was radicalized in probably under 6 months. You know? Like, he was a normal guy. He got into politics and suddenly, sure enough, suddenly he's into Antifa and everything like that. What a coinky dink. What a coinky dink. Of course, I'm sure he was watching people like Hassan Piker, if not Hassan Piker directly, Kyle Kalinske, listening to these people who sit in their multi-million-dollar mansions and encourage people to ruin their lives by being violent. He also threatened to take his own life rather than surrender after his dad confronted him. This is new information. Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson threatened to take his own life rather than surrender to authorities after his father confronted him about the sickening act. The father recognized the 22-year-old son from photos that were released by authorities Thursday, leading the parent to confront his son when he returned home. Could you imagine that? You're a dad and you're like, what the hell did you do? What did you do? Your own son, a former law enforcement, 25 years, something like that. Robinson fessed up to the horrific incident when his dad asked if he pulled the trigger, but originally refused to turn himself into law enforcement. He told his father that he'd rather end his own life, leading the parents to convince the son to speak with a youth minister who also works with the U.S. Marshal Service Fugitive Task Force. What a coincidence. The minister then called a deputy with a federal agency, and the FBI took Robinson into custody Thursday evening. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in the case and were able to bring him into law enforcement. Robinson, a former student at Utah Valley, has been arrested on aggravated murder charges. It is believed he acted alone. I don't believe he acted alone. Do you? Leave a like on the video right now if you're suspicious about him acting alone. I don't think he acted alone. I don't think he acted alone. During authorities' hunt for Robinson, investigators spoke to his roommate and saw all of his Discord messages from the alleged murder after the shooting. Some messages asked the roommate to retrieve a rifle and said where it could be found. Why would, if you were the roommate? So here's my thing. Acted alone. Here's my thing. Is it possible that his roommate was also an Antifa soy soldier? Let me tell you this. Don't you think that the roommate was likely in on it or supportive of it? If you had done this, if you had committed a horrible, heinous crime, would you use Discord to message somebody that you didn't think supported you to ask them to hide your evidence? Would you ask somebody that you didn't think was sympathetic to your cause? Would you ask them to hide your evidence? I don't think so. I think his roommate was also radicalized. I think his roommate was maybe not in on it, but would you ask somebody like, hey guys, I just took out this prominent left-wing figure. I need you to go get my gun and hide it for me. Would you ask a left-winger to do that? No. You would ask another deranged person who hated the left to do that. Don't you think? Would you just ask somebody who wasn't sympathetic to your cause to go hide evidence for you? No, you wouldn't. Now, maybe the roommate knew nothing about the planning of the incident. I suspect the roommate did. I suspect the roommate knew about it at the very minimum and could have stopped it. That's my opinion. I think the roommate knew about it. Another message from Robinson stated that he had changed his clothes. So he told his roommate, hey, I did it. I changed my clothes and I left my weapon. I need you to go back and retrieve it. I believe that it is my opinion that the roommate was in on it, participated in the planning, or at the very minimum knew it was going to happen. And I also believe, and I think it's hard to deny, that the roommate was also sympathetic to his cause. Was the roommate a spotter in the crowd? Was the roommate present that day? These are questions I need answered. You would not ask, a normie. You wouldn't ask a normie to go clean up your go get your weapon. You wouldn't do that. It's somebody that knew you were doing it and supported it. If my own wife asked me to pick up, if a family member asked me to, hey, I just assassinated a guy, will you go pick up the gun for me? I would say, no. And second of all, come home. I have something to talk to you about. And then I would think about that $100,000 reward and also, of course, doing the right thing. Hey, I just assassinated somebody. Can you go clean up? Can you go commit a crime for me? You don't ask a normie to do that. Maybe he was trying to set up his roommate as the fall guy. But if that were true, you wouldn't Discord him and say, hey, I shot this guy. Go get the gun. I think his friend was in on it or knew about it. Maybe not in on it, but I believe he absolutely needs to be investigated. He needs to be investigated. He did not act alone. He was radicalized by somebody. Was it the roommate? I need to know what Discord chat rooms he was in. I need to see who he was talking to on Discord. and I want to see if they were helping him set it up. I think this case is so much bigger than we know right now. So much bigger. It is so much bigger than we know right now. You know, they had received 11,000 leads in 33 hours. I want to know who the roommate is. I want to know what Discords that roommate was in, what Reddits they were in, who they were hanging out with. This is a terror network. Antifa is a terror network. This guy didn't just do all this on his own. They did not, he didn't just watch some YouTube videos. It was bigger than this. He was working with other people. Other people knew. Other people knew. I think he should be charged with terror level charges. Absolutely. There's going to be more to the story coming out all weekend long. So I'm going to be utilizing both this channel, the Jeremy Hambly channel, available on Rumble and YouTube, and the main channel. So please do subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss anything. There's more to this story, and I'm going to be all over it. This man did not act alone.